Greetings. I'm Hellena Pugh, a Marine Corps veteran and the host of your 5-Minute Salute. Today I have with me Drew Podwal. Drew, welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for having me.
I'm great. So now let me ask you, how did you become a member of our nation's military?
So I was in the United States Navy. I was an aviation electrician's mate from 96 to '01, so about 5 years. And was on a couple of different aircraft carriers and was on the East Coast and the West Coast. And it was just a wonderful experience. So.
Okay. So now what do you do today with Enterprise Agile?
Yeah. So, essentially what most people who aren't familiar with what Agile is, what I do is it's akin to project management, except that in this new modern age where market conditions are shifting so quickly and technology is now front and center for every business, we push aside the PMP's definition for what a project is, and we adopt principles like Agile and Scrum and Kanban and DevOps.
Yeah, so I saw this. You said ask you about becoming a Scrum Master. So what can you tell the people about becoming a Scrum Master?
Yeah, so that's a great question. And the thing that I love about this is that it's a perfect role for somebody who's been in the military. And essentially what you're doing is you're a facilitator. You're observing the performance of the team that you're serving, and you're observing the way that they're communicating, and you're helping them to collaborate in better ways so that they could solve the mission that they're trying to achieve. And each mission is broken down into 2-week sprints. And so it's really well suited for the leadership mentality that the military teaches you. And so if there's any veterans out there who are recent veterans or service members who are about to be separating, then I would highly encourage them to check out what the role of Scrum Master is like and see if that would fit well for them.
Excellent. Now, the technology is completely changing. About 15, 20 years ago, the cycle of technology changed maybe every 18 months or so. Now technology is changing like this. Like every time there's a new program, you blink and there's a new program that's coming out. So what is it about this program that will give longevity to what you're teaching?
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. And the thing is that the pace of technology evolving used to be a lot slower. Now it happens on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly basis, right? And so in the old way of working, John Cotter had a principle for change management that kind of took you to a finish point to say, we're going to come up with a reason for a change, a strategy for change, and then at some point we're going to be done with change.
Right.
In the modern world, in order to be able to compete, you have to kind of accept the fact that the world is always going to be changing on a daily, weekly, monthly. Right. Yeah, exactly. And so that's the type of principles that Agile kind of brings to the table, is that it allows organizations to be able to rapidly respond to change, quickly identifying and evaluating market conditions and emerging opportunities, and rapidly deploy solutions to customer needs.
Excellent. So now, what's something that you learned or encountered during your transitioning process that you wish you knew or that you want to share with other veterans?
Yeah, so, the civilian sector definitely speaks a completely different language than they teach us in the military. And that's a hard wall that you wind up hitting, So what I encourage people to do is to get into journaling and storytelling, right? Figure out the base foundation for what you're good at, what you're passionate about, right? Like, early in my career, I was in ebook production, and I thought that that's what I was good at. And then I learned later on that that's, I'm good at content production.
Right.
And then I learned that I was good at production workflows. And as I progressed in my career, I got much deeper to the foundation of what it is that I love doing and what I'm good at. And when you can start to speak about your role in that way, about your strengths and weaknesses and opportunities in that way,
right,
that's that common language that the civilian sector can understand. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
We call them, on the federal side, it's knowledge, skills, and abilities. You know, on the civilian side, they're using that SWOT analysis the most, and you kind of spoke to that, the strength, the weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. But really, knowing yourself, and you can learn more about yourself through the process of journaling. So I think that's a really great tip for those that are transitioning, being able to journal that process and document where you've been, where you're going, and what you're learning, so that you have you always have a blueprint to look at, you know, and see your own development. That's so important. Drew, I want to thank you so much for being here with me this week on the 5-Minute Salute. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to interview you.
Oh, no, I really appreciate it. This has been wonderful. And I enjoyed watching the last interview as well. And all the work that you do is super valuable. So thank you for hosting this.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Now, America, I'm going to put a link to Drew's company information in the description of this video below. So to learn more about him, just go into the comment section and click on that link. And I do want to thank you for being here with this week. But I also want to ask you to surrender your own salute by liking and sharing this video. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week on the 5-Minute Salute. My name is Hellena Pugh. I am the founder of ZaharaVets Network. So I started ZaharaVets Network because as I transitioned out of the military in 2012, I was encountering so many challenges with my transition, and I realized that there really wasn't an organization that spoke definitively to the issues that impacted women veterans, but also I encountered other male veterans who were having very similar issues to which there really wasn't an answer. So I started the organization so that I can provide information for other veterans, but also put us on the path to start providing those services that weren't being offered.